So I've been playing Among Us and I've been encountering a mysterious player that I'm sure you've seen before. His name is charizard. Who is this mysterious player, you may be asking? He is one of the biggest hackers in all of Among Us, and I managed to encounter him. And before we do get further into this video, I do want to mention that 70% of you have not hit the subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us darkest secrets. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button with all post notifications turned on, and drop a like on this video if you do enjoy. But now I'm going to be telling you my story on my encounter with charizard, the biggest hacker in all of Among Us. While I was in a lobby trying to start up a game with a few random players, I noticed that there was a mysterious player with the same color as me. His name was charizard. So in my game there was currently 3 reds. I knew something was up. The 2 mysterious players left my game, and I noticed that they left a message on the chat. They were promoting hacks, and I began to question, are these the hackers that everyone has been talking about recently? I had to get to the bottom of this. So I left my game, and let's see if they join once again. When I appeared in my next game, the chat was already opened, and I noticed that charizard was once again in my lobby. I tried to get close to him to see if he would move, but he ended up leaving the game. So I decided to create my own game of Among Us, and I was a party leader. I didn't notice at first, but charizard was in my lobby. That is when Vetchen, one of the players in the lobby, decided to type in the chat, "Don't hack Siri." And charizard decided to type in the message that I'm sure you've seen before. He started to promote his hacks. I decided to type no in the chat to see if I could get his attention. He once again sent another message promoting his hacks, and Yellow decided to type in the chat, "He is a hacker, ban him." I noticed that charizard didn't leave my game, and that is when I decided to start the game to see if he would stay. When I spawned into the game, charizard was still in the game. He wasn't moving at first, but I decided to go do my task. Let's hope he doesn't follow me. When I was walking by shields, I felt something behind me. I decided to walk a little bit further towards communications, and that is when charizard appeared from behind me. I began to run for my life. I didn't know what to do. I ran past storage and I went into electrical, and charizard was still following me. But luckily Lime called button. I noticed that charizard said something in the chat. He said, "I'm going to hack all of you." I didn't really think much of it at first, so I decided to skip. When I spawned in the cafeteria, I decided to do my wires. I didn't see charizard at first, until he randomly appeared and began to chase me once again. I then began to run for my life. What does charizard want from me? I was getting really concerned because all he was doing was following me. As I was running for my life, the lights went off. Now this got a lot more scarier than before. I then decided to run for lights. I could not stand this any longer, and charizard appeared right behind me. I decided to ignore him and I was doing my task, and charizard was nowhere to be seen. I began to question where he was located, and that is when I saw Pink doing a task in communications, and I saw charizard in the corner just staring at him. I wanted to run away, but then I went back into communications and I decided to get a closer look at him. He wasn't moving. I left the room and headed towards shields. I walked past Pink, and I made my way to do one of my tasks. I then decided to follow Pink, and that is when charizard appeared from behind me. I began to run for my life once again, but this time I had a buddy with me. I was following Pink. I decided to walk into medbay to see if charizard would follow Pink, and he was chasing Pink down. I was finally safe, and I headed over to security. And when I arrived, Pink's body was on the ground. I began to regret leaving Pink. That was one of my biggest mistakes. I let everyone know that the body was found in security, and nobody was talking in the chat. I felt really pressured and I didn't know if it was charizard, so I decided to skip. When I spawned back in, I noticed that charizard was once again not moving, so I made my way over to medbay to do my scan. When I made my way out, I saw dark green. I'm not gonna let another crewmate die. I decided to follow him, and that is when charizard appeared out of nowhere. He then killed green right in front of my face. I ran as fast as I could. charizard began to hunt me down. I was terrified. I saw Black doing a task and I decided to follow him, and charizard was still chasing me. That is when he killed me right in front of Black. charizard has won the game. When I spawned back into the lobby, charizard was still here, and he typed a message in the chat. He said, "Chari, you're not safe from me." I said, "What do you mean?" He ended up saying that he was after me with another player. Then he typed in the chat, "Be careful when you play Among Us." I typed in the chat, "Are you going to hack my game?" And he said yes with a smiley face. I ended up banning him from the game. And that is when I noticed that my screen began to glitch. I was unable to move. My game ended up crashing. I don't think this will be my last encounter with charizard. I also do want to give a massive shout out to Kitty King for helping me produce this video. If you want to help out a smaller creator, make sure to go check out his channel and subscribe to him. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel with all post notifications turned on, and check out one of these Among Us story videos.